Michael Zavros is an artist of remarkable depth and nuance, an artist whose star is rising nationally and internationally. He built his reputation painting beauty, European palaces, luxury cars and hand-tailored suits, exotic animals and flowers. Bad Dad is a self-portrait in the guise of Narcissus, the young hunter of Greek mythology who was as known for his extraordinary beauty as his excessive pride. Always disdaining those who loved him, he would have been a very bad dad indeed. While lingering in a pool doesn't necessarily make you a bad dad, there is a cocktail of conceits here, drawing, as Zavros does, on the history of art, on fashion, the selfie generation, and more. Michael Zavros encountered this painting by Caravaggio while in Rome on the Balchieri Art Prize Scholarship, and it drove a breakthrough, or a revelation, of the enduring power of light. He was struck by its theatricality, that insistent chiaroscuro of the human form dramatically lit from above left, Narcissus emerging into the world and into the light out of a Stygian gloom. Having regard to the selfie generation's embrace of what Zavros has described as a new ordinariness to narcissism, the palette of his Bad Dad is clearly pop, not old master. The sharp, unforgiving light that floods his backyard pool finds its equivalence in contemporary fashion photography, yet another of the lenses through which to see this painting. The pool toy on which Zavros lolls is a nod to Jeff Koons and to artists like Cindy Sherman and Warhol, all three appropriating images from pop culture and then subverting them. So Michael, there you are, working on your tan, indolent, endlessly fascinated by your own reflection, the noodles and the blow-up toys abandoned in the pool. Is this a self-portrait as Narcissus, a self-portrait of a truly neglectful father, or is it really, as I've suggested elsewhere, a Zavros family portrait in absentia?
I think it's all of those things, absolutely all of those things, but maybe not all of them at once. I think the genesis of the work was very much just casting myself in that role, that audacious role once again. But as I built the work, as it were, it settled into something else.
Yeah.
Something more potent, a bigger, more important work for me.
Yeah. For me, it feels like a very self-aware and conscious strategy on your part, but I'd love to know more about the particular story through which you came to find this Caravaggio in Palazzo Barberini in Rome. Mm-hmm. Why did that painting, at that particular moment, a few years ago, have resonance for you still? We're in the 21st century, that mm-hmm. belongs to the 17th. What mm-hmm. was it about that painting that excited you?
I was transfixed by I think how the genius composition of the work just fed so perfectly into the concept, and how he developed this or offered this sense of paralysis, this kind of this emptiness, this longing by offering this black void within the middle of this work. And it's such a curious compositional device, but it just brought home the notion of Narcissus so beautifully. And I was just so struck by this work in the flesh, that it did that lovely thing that art does. It reminds you of what it is you're doing and why you're doing it, and just sends you off, into your imagination.
It's an incredibly powerful painting, and I think that it's that thing of the figure advancing into the light that gives it its drama.
Yes.
And yet, in this work, you're doing the exact opposite. The field could not be more flooded with light. Why did you make that transition from what you found in Caravaggio to this light-saturated painting?
Yeah, I just really wanted that high pop, that high drama, but to deliver that with a kind of stillness, I think.
It is a turn-up-the-volume painting. It really is. Would you be happy to say just a few things about how you sort of move through the stages of evolution in developing a painting of this kind of complexity?
With something like this, it's I'm working from composite images, and I start to piece together something that I want to see, and serendipitous things happen. Like a friend gives us that inflatable bunny from LACMA, and it's not actually a Koons, but it looks very like a Jeff Koons, and I think I'm going to use this somehow. But then it's the challenge is to shoot it so that you're not sort of mounting the bunny, you're sort of on it. And curiously, they all sort of look like that. And then it's little things like I'm actually having to stand on a chair so that I'm sort of applying some pressure, but not really sinking into this thing. And there's just lots and lots of little bits and pieces. And then as I'm building this work, it'll be the placement of those toys, which there is no photograph that exists that looks like this. There'll be, I will start to put this orange thing here, and I'll decide this yellow pool noodle will be like this perfect leading line, and that this particular bunny will provide this with its reflection, this white cross that just sort of
creates an X.
Absolutely. So it's kind of the complete opposite of the Caravaggio.
Yeah.
And then once all that's finished, the physical painting is a completely different mode. It's no longer a creative one. It's a technical hard work.
This is a different kind of commitment to your work, and for me, it's a very deep commitment following the great success of showing your work in QAGOMA Q last year. So how does this make you feel?
It's exciting for me that this is happening, that a major work is going into this collection, but this particular work I'm so proud of. It's one of my favorite works. It's definitely one of my best works, but you're right, this is my hometown. This is the State Gallery that I've grown up with and that I've had such a long association.
Would you join me in very warmly thanking Michael Zavros?
Thank you.
Thank you. Well done.